Hello and welcome back to Kitten Up Kitten, and today I've got something a little bit different, and there is a reason I have something a little bit different. So let me go through the reasons why I've done this. So I have had a change of heart on my Heaven and Earth project. I have decided that I am not going to continue with that particular project. I am going to find a new one. But it does mean that I've got some leftover canvas that I wasn't using, and I don't want to waste it. So I am a big fan of watching Rebecca from Add More Zest, and she did a selection of the Paint Gem mini paintings, which this is not one of them. So I had a thought, and I thought, you know, what if I could make some little cross stitch, you know, convert some little cross stitch patterns to diamond paintings. So what I did is I went looking. I managed to find a selection of free cross stitch motifs on DMC website, and the beauty is they provide you with a PDF document. So this is the one that I have gone for. Now, bearing in mind, this will be backstitch, which you can't do in diamond painting, so it won't have that on it, but this rose motif will be. So I have put together everything that I need. So here is how I did it. First of all, I downloaded the PDF from DMC. You can, of course, just print this out and work from a printed chart, but because I've got Pattern Keeper, I might as well use it, and I was interested to see if it would work. So what I did was I downloaded and saved, let me get rid of all these bits on here. I downloaded and saved that PDF form, and I imported it to Pattern Keeper. Now the downside is you can figure out how big they're going to be, but for me it was easier just to upload it. Now the downside is you will need to put the DMC numbers into Pattern Keeper, and the problem I've got is I've actually switched some DMC numbers out. So although they're all listed down here, I may actually have a different number on here, but it won't matter for me because I'm going to be working by symbol anyway. So let me see if I can find one. 936, so 603 is a different one, so it's actually 962. I've switched it out for 363, but I'm going by the symbol. That's what I'm looking for, so it won't matter. So what I have done, this image, as you can see, each of these squares is a 10 by 10 square, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. Now if I zoom this out, you can see it's actually bigger than that. But I don't want all this excess. I just want this little bit. So it's 5 across by 4 down. So what I have done is I have got a section of my canvas. I have marked where the line is, and I have marked the edges because, of course, I don't have edges on this because it's a cut-off. So I've used washi tape to make my border. Now on this pattern, I do hope I'm making sense here, on this pattern, as she says, as an aeroplane goes over, you will not be able to mark off the blank squares. So I have used 3865 for the blank squares. So I will work it. I'm going to make my section on Pattern Keeper big enough, small enough should I say. So what I want to do is I just want to do it from this square, so I'm going to do all of the white bit first, just like I would with a normal Heaven and Earth project. So I thought I would come on and I would diamond paint. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper, and I'm just going to do that just to so I'm not too sticky, and I'm going to blow this up so it is 3 by 3, and that way I can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my white. Yes, I am going to do this on camera. And this is purely because I don't like wasting things. So this is 3865. And you would do this exactly the same way you would your counted cross stitch or your heaven and earth design. So I'm going to make sure I'm in shot. Let me find a pen that I know. Now this of course is a square diamond painting, and the white ones I'm not going to be able to mark off. So because they're a blank background. If you were cross stitching this, you would just leave the background blank. So I'm going to make a start by getting that first 10 in, and I just thought this is a good way of using up those scraps of blank canvas if you have done like I did. So you can, just trying to make sure these are as neat as they can be. You can buy canvases to size, custom sizes. I didn't. So what I did was I went onto Aliexpress and I chose a size that was as close to what I needed as possible. And in my case, it was long enough, but it was too wide. So I just cut it in half. So this bit is actually the half that I wasn't using. Now I will be kitting down my heaven and earth project at some point, because at the minute I'm not going to be doing anything with it. I need to source a poured glue canvas. I also need to sort out the labels. So this should be, so we've got 2 here, so these 2 will be the first 2 colours. So using my step method, I'm going to build that up. So yes, not very neat, I hasten to add. Might want to take my mat off actually, because it is it's such a small little canvas and it's such a squishy little mat. The canvas isn't laying down very flat, so I didn't think of that when I thought about doing this. So yeah, at the minute it doesn't look very neat. I'm sure it'll look better once we go along. So by step method I mean that I just make these little steps, and that helps keep my drills close together. I mean, these drills are not the best drills in the world. I don't know that they're Diamond Art Club or anything, and there's a very good chance that they're not, because they are literally just what I've pulled quickly out of my spares. So yeah, I will dekit the heaven and earth. I have got another project in mind, and the only reason I'm doing it is because I don't think it's going to have the detail that I want in the size that I'm doing it. So rather than waste a lot of time doing a canvas, because it is a big project, instead of doing a canvas that is not going to turn out, I am going to find a new canvas to do. I'm going to find a new pattern. Well, I have found a new pattern, and I've just realised I put that one in there and I don't want it. So this is why I don't like poured glue, sorry, double-sided tape, is because it's an absolute nightmare to get them off again. So I will be doing a new project and I will divulge that. So what I will do is, when I get settled on getting the canvas and I get ready to start kitting up, I will start a new thread. But this, I thought, was a good view of how to convert a diamond pattern, a cross-stitch pattern, to a diamond painting. Because it's just a little one. It's just a little one to try. And if it turns out okay, it might make a nice little gift. Now, I did notice on the DMC, they have a number of these free canvases. I did notice that they had a couple of the cocktails, like Paint Gem do. They look very similar, put it that way. So I'm not sure if they are the same, but I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. I'm not too worried. Again, it doesn't matter if the colours don't match exactly. It's not very neat, is it? But to be fair, it's not the best canvas in the world either. But do you know what? To use up your spare drills, you know, you could put these in a little picture frame. You could put them on a bag. I just thought it was kind of cute, and with so many free patterns out there. And it doesn't matter, you know, if you want to do something bigger, you would follow the same process. You would source your drills or use your spares, and you would work exactly the same way. Now I'm just going to fill this square in. You may notice that these drills, some of these drills are actually a slightly different colour, and that's purely because they've come from different companies. So I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I know that we've got 5 going down on the next one. So let's get those 5 in. And I'm literally just going to do this 10 square to start with. So that's 3, 4, 5, and then we've got 4 next to that one. We've literally got 2 colours on this bit. So I'm not marking anything off. If you had a full cross stitch pattern in here, a full drill cross stitch or full stitch cross stitch pattern, you would already be marking them off. I don't think you can on blank squares. No, you can't. See, it won't do it. So that's why I've stuck to keeping that white. Now this has 9 colours. It has 8 colours and then the white, which is the background. You could of course do the background grey or any colour that you want really. So the next symbol is this one. So if I, no, that one. So if I tap it, as you can see, it comes up everywhere. Now I've got that first square in, I can use this bit as my guide to do these bits. Does that make sense? So I'm going to find that symbol, which is 963. And what I'm hoping is that I don't run out of drills, because that would be embarrassing. Now I'm not going to do this whole thing, and you can see I actually have 2 different colours in here. Can you see? There's two different colours. I'm not bothered. I'm just going to pick out whatever I pick up. So this first one, we're going to do 5, and it's a flower. It's meant to have differences in colour. So this one, I'm not bothered. At the end of the day, this is a free little project made from stuff that I had left over. And I have a fair bit of canvas left over that I can use, so why not use it for something? So there we go, that is my first square. So because I'm doing that one, that colour, I'm going to mark it off like so to say that I've done it, and I'm going to press tick, and that's coloured in. Now if I go back, oh, I didn't mean to do that. If I go to settings, I'm going to use flat colour. Oh, that didn't work. Colour for finished stitches. No, we won't do green, we'll do pink. Select, okay. Use translucent colours. Use a flat colour. I think that's right. Go back. Yes, so it should come up with the colour that it's going to be. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully that will work. So because I've now got that, I can now do these ones because I've got somewhere to mark it. So I know that we've got 6 again, and then I can fill the white in afterwards. Hope that makes sense. So it's going to be a big project for me to kit down, but I'm glad that I found out now. So I'm going to do those because I've done that colour. Because it means that I can get set up for the next one. So we only want 5 on this one. So that's 5. Like so. And then we're going to do 5 again, but we're going to drop it down 1. So I hope that the different colours in this colour palette is going to give the flower a little bit of something special. There we go. Like that.
Someone is at the door.
And that's somebody at my door. But you can already see this petal starting to form. We're then going to miss 1. And we're then going to do 3. Like that. We're going to, oh, no. We're going to do that 3. And then we're going to miss 2 and go up 3. And that's it. That's all you do. Now there are lots on the DMC. They have got lots of charts. Some are for little flowers and things like this. Some are for bigger diamond paintings. But they are all free. All you need to do is put in your email address and say that you'll accept a newsletter from them. And you download the PDF and you upload that to Pattern Keeper. And it's as simple as that. So I'm going to keep going across because I've got these here. Now I've got that first square in. It means I can just fill this in. Now you can of course colour block with a multiplacer if you wish, just like that. Oh, so because I didn't mark that off, 2, 2, so I want 1 more, don't I? Let's do that, like so. And then we'll come in with the next colour. So dead simple. I just thought it was a little way. Now I've sat here this morning playing around with Pattern Keeper and different charts. Now some of the ones on the DMC site actually won't upload because they're not gridded. There is a way of making them gridded. I don't know how to do it. And in the process of me doing this, I had a visit from the lovely Penny, who incidentally has made me a couple of things, which I'm very excited about. So I will do an unboxing on those later as well. But it was very nice to have her come across and gave me a chance to show her my stash for what it is. So we're doing 4 across. It's on the last row and it's 3 down. 1, 2, 3. So it's just there. And that's that one there. Okay, so I'm not going to go and do all of these because I don't want this video to be too long. I'm literally going to do this square. I'm going to do this first just so you can see that petal take shape. So we can see that flower. Now, when you... number one, if you're using spares, which most people probably will for a project like this, it's the next colour along, so that's good. You do need to check that you've got the right amount of colours. I didn't do that because I was in a hurry to get it sorted. But what a cute little diamond project this is, really. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill in my gaps. So I've got one there. Oh, I haven't taken it off, so let's do that. Like that. So you see, it's coloured in pink. How pretty. So now I've done that one, I can do that, and we want 3 in the next one. So I was sort of looking for stuff while Penny was here, but we were chatting, and I then decided, you know what, it's not going to matter if I don't have the exact DMC. So I did look for matches, which is why I couldn't be bothered to change the numbers on Pattern Keeper, even though I'd chosen different colours. So I've just left it as it is, because I'm working a symbol anyway. And for something like this, it's not going to take you long to do one of these. Might take you a little bit longer than if you were doing a paint gem, because obviously that's pre-printed for you. But you know, it's not going to take a massive amount of time. And then all you've got to do is mount it on something, you know, front of a card, if you make your own cards, onto a bag or something, if you plan to do that with it. But there's so many free patterns out there, so your only outlay, if you're using your spare drills, your only outlay is actually the blank canvas. And for something like this, you could buy a 30 by 40 canvas and get quite a few little pictures out of that. So it could be a relatively cheap way. Come off. No, frog. Let's do those. Could be a relatively cheap way of using up your spares, is what I think. So let's do that. So normally I would go across and do all the colours in this size section, but because I'm doing this video, I didn't want it to go on too long. So what I am going to do is I am going to try and get this finished, and then I'm going to add the video of the finished piece on the end. Literally need 2 on this bit, so I'm just going to pop them 2 in. Oops. Like so. They can then okay, done those 2, and we're already getting a nice little flower. Isn't that lovely? So let me fill in the white on this section. I'm just going to pull that over a little bit because I want to see that corner. There we go. So I've actually cropped this to size because I didn't want lots and lots of white, lots and lots of colour blocking on such a small little thing. It is just such a little project, and you know, it's a good way of using up your spares or any leftover you've got. I can suggest going to Aliexpress for blank canvas, because you can buy multiple sizes. I just happened to have this left over because it was from the spare bit, and I'd already planned to do something like this, but I wanted to try it out. I wondered if it would work, and the answer is yes, with a little modification. Now it's a lot easier if you actually do it on paper, because you haven't got to faff around putting the numbers in on here, etc. So that does make it easier. So that's that. So that's 2 sections done already. Look how cute that is. So of course you could do a bigger border. I've still got this. This washi tape will peel off this, by the way, if I get the end. I don't know if I can, because I think it's lapped under on there, but it does actually peel off. So it's not set. So I'm going to continue on. How long have I been doing this for? Not that long. I could probably do another section. So let's start with, I might as well continue putting those arrows in because I've got my guide now, haven't I? So let's do that. Let's do the arrow, because they're the dark bits. I haven't put my stopper in. I'm going to pull my paper and I'm going to put it under that top row, because that's going to make it easier for me not to get sticky. So that's what I suggest. I literally put into Google mini full stitch cross stitch. Now that's the thing, if you pick something that is has got half stitches and stuff, 3/4 stitches, it won't work. They do need to be full stitches, otherwise it's not going to work. So just make sure that you do that. So we've got 4, we're missing 4, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got 1 there, and then we've got 3 at the side of that. So it does need to be full stitch. I did have to go through some of the patterns and then upload them to look at sizing, etc. But it's easier for me because it automatically plots it on the grid, so I know that each square is a 10 by 10 square. So it's actually easier for me to upload it and have a look to see how big the image is that way. Might take a bit longer, but it works for me. So I'm just going to do those because I've done that, and then we're going to go for these. So look how many of those we've got. And that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to use some of these up, as Rebecca did with the mini paint gems, or if you're doing the mini paint gems, you just buy some small frames. Very easily done. And you can have lots of little sample pictures, little sampler pictures is what I would call them, all around your house. And the only thing you've paid for really is the blank canvas, which I think is fabulous. So I'm literally going to, because I know that I've got a row of 6. And then 3 next to that one at the same height. So that's, oh, see, I don't know what I'm doing. I forgot to change it. So that's that one. And then we've got the 3 next to it. So that's that one. We've then got miss 1 and then 2 across the bottom here. And then miss 1 before that next colour. So that's them. And then we've got 3 there. So you would proceed the same way you would with counted cross stitch. But it means that you can have a little bit more control over the mini pictures that you make. Let me know what you think, because with the best will in the world, I like the mini paint gems. I do. I think they're very, very cute. However, I'm not spending 30 quid on a set. I'm not. It's just, I'd rather save that 30 quid. So this is on the same row as that one. We're missing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's there. And then we've got 1 above it. I'd rather spend that money on a full-size diamond painting personally. Like so. We've got another 2, but it's 1 above. Like that. And then we've got a 3. We've got 2 lots of 3. It's in the same row, 1 there. So I'm not bothered that this tray has got 2 different colours in. Doesn't faze me in the slightest. So that 4 is on the same level, but it's 1 below, like that. Another 4 next to it going up to the top, like that. And then 2 below. Oh, is that 7? I think it's 7 actually. Yep, 1 more, because it brings it into line with that. Think of the gorgeous little diamond paintings that you can make free of charge, providing you've got the canvas. You can pick them up relatively cheap on Aliexpress. You know, why waste your spare drills? This is what we want spare drills for, isn't it? So let's get rid of that. I've got this fly that keeps buzzing around my head. I do have to say today has been better in that it's been a bit cooler. We have had some rain now, which is good. So let's search, do that one, put it back on there. So I want my square. 603, love this pink. It is just the best pink. I didn't have enough of the colour that it was meant to be. So I decided to go with this bright pink just because the colours are so cute. And I just thought it was a good way, you know, obviously if you have, oops, did that wrong, clear. I've got quite fat fingers, so I don't always hit the right thing. Although it's all showing pink. Why is it doing that? I think because I've done that. Okay, use translucent colours. Let's go back. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I've done. Go back. How did I do it? Show line breaks. I don't know how I did it. Oh, let's do that then. There we go. I got there. So yeah, it gives you the different colours, look, so you can see the pattern showing up. So let's go back to what I was doing. So we've got our 3, so I want these 3 here. I forgot completely what I was talking about then. I knew there was a way of doing it because I'd done it before, but for some reason I thought you had to have both selected. So that's that, and then we've got 3 this side. So 1, 2, 3, like that. And I quite like the idea of having the little mini ones. So for the patterns, I searched for mini cross stitch full stitch PDF. It gave me DMC. The DMC site, and you go on there, it will give you free cross stitch, which I thought was fabulous. And you literally have to put in, you select it, it does have a price underneath it, so you can pay for the pattern to have it sent to you, but you can download it for free. They have lots of smaller ones on there, but I do advise that you just open them and check to see how big the charts are, because it's very misleading. You'd be surprised how big the charts will be. So I'm just going to get these ones in like that. Now I very often do just highlight them as I go and then click complete when I've done the whole thing, just because it helps me track it back if I make a mistake, and you will make mistakes on something like this. It is a little bit trickier, but what a great way of having a go at some of the mini paintings, and having a little bit more choice. Now I'm sure there are plenty of other sites that do free cross stitch, mini cross stitch patterns. You know, they're very often motifs for bags and stuff like that, and t-shirts, and you know, Christmas cards, that sort of thing. Anything like that will work. You can just upload it, and providing it has got gridding in the background, Pattern Keeper can convert it. Which I think is fabulous. So now I'm just going to do that background colour. So like I said, I can't mark the background colour off because it would just be left blank if it was a cross stitch. But I can certainly fill that in. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. I thought I'd do a little, you know, a little video, because this can go into my how-to session. And it will also count as one of my videos for while I'm away. It is currently Tuesday. I go away on Sunday, but I have an awful lot of nails and stuff to do between now and then. I've got 2 shifts at work as well. So I'm going to leave it there. As you can see, if I now go back, look how pretty that is. I mean, it looks so nice. Let's take that off. Just trying to find a symbol that we haven't got yet. Can you see? It shows you the colour of the pattern, and this is the part of the flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with this, and then I'm going to add a video on of the finished item. How does that sound? And if you like the video, then I'll do another one, and I'll do it step by step to show you how I set it up. How does that sound? So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have found this interesting. I certainly have. And I love the fact that I'm going to have this little picture, which is only this big, that I can then put into a frame. You can always get plenty of cheap frames. And yeah, I just really liked the idea of using some of my spares, but not on something that's going to take me a long time. I am still going to do my Heaven and Earth project, but I also want to have a go at some of the smaller ones. So that is it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed. I will add the finished square after this. So I'm just showing a handheld video of halfway mark, which I'm really pleased about. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, really enjoying that. So I'll be back soon. The second part of this video on making your own mini diamond painting. So I need to say that these squares are not very straight, but I will straighten them up with a straightener afterwards. I do have Pattern Keeper here with my design on it. This design I got for free from DMC itself. They have a multitude of them, and to just bring you up to date, I'm guessing you know this because you've watched the rest of the video, this is leftover canvas. When I bought my canvas for my Heaven and Earth, I bought a generic canvas size that was big enough to do what I needed, so I had leftover canvas, and I don't want to get rid of it. So I've made this to fit the right size. I put some washi tape on just to keep it nice and neat. And I'm just going to finish this off. So I thought I would continue with this video. So if you are here for the very first time and you have no idea what I'm doing, please do check out the previous video. If you are coming back, welcome back. This is where I've got to. So I'm going to make a start on this. So what I did on my first square, I'm sure this is the right, yeah, it's because I had a different DMC number. If you are coming back, this is just my way of using up some of this leftover, and I've got more of it coming as well, because I am doing a brand new Diamond Art Club. Got Diamond Art Club on the brain. I am starting a brand new Heaven and Earth project. I have started filming the first in that series to show how to prep, you know, what you need to do, what you need to have, all that sort of thing. So very excited about that. It is quite early in the morning for me to be diamond painting. So I've done those ones, and then we want one. So I'm just continuing with what I was doing. It's just this counted, you know, just like you would with counted cross stitch. I am off work now. I'm officially on annual leave. So those 4 go there. However, I'm at home for a couple of days before we go away. So frantically trying to get as many. Okay, so I've gone wrong somewhere. So that's where the 4 is, isn't it? Yeah, because that would be, right, so it's the next one up. Oh my God, we're off to a good start already. So let's move that over. Now, it's not easy to move drills over when you're working on double-sided tape. I can see the tape wrinkling up underneath this, but this is just a little project to use up my spare drills. So, you know, I may frame it, I may not. Okay, I think I've sussed it. I think I've sussed it. No, because that's still not right. Right, so we've got 3, and then we'll have 3. I want one more on the end, I think. Yeah. And then one more on the end, like that. And then 4. So this is what I meant. You can go wrong, especially if you have got up stupidly early this morning, even though you're not at work, and decided to do some videos while you get the chance. It was actually only 8:15. Or is it 7:15? 8:15. I would never film this time of morning normally. Let's clear that. No. Oh, I'm not off to a good start. Right, let me just do. Right, let's clear that again. Right, so I've done those 3. Done that row there. And I've done those there. And I've got that one there. Right, so that's that done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on into the next square because I can put these in. So I may as well carry on because they're in the same place. And that is in my second. Now what I have done on this canvas, and probably with the new one that I get as well, the 10 line isn't any darker than the rest of the lines, which makes it a little bit more difficult to keep track of where you are. Now on this little one, oh for God's sake, let's get that one in then because I've highlighted that. On this little one, it's actually not too difficult to just use some washi tape on the edges, because of course it won't have the flat edges, it's got glue on. You can take that glue off, but I've chosen to just use the washi tape and to just cover up what I don't need, because that will do the job. Right, so that one goes there, and then we've got 3 underneath that. So if I put one there, one there, one there. I'm not going to video me doing the whole of this. I just wanted to come on and update where I was. And then I'm going to complete it off camera. So one across, oh, and then one down. Should be there, and we've got 3. Probably need some more tape in this pen. It's the pen I've been using to do soulmates with. So I've got that one there, so I'm now going to do this one. So on that line I'm going to miss 2, and then I'm going to put my next one in, and we've got a row of 3. like so. And then under that we've got a row of 5, so it starts underneath like that. These green drills look much better quality than these ones do, which is a little bit strange. And I'm hoping I don't run out of any colours before I get to the end there. I do still have my 2 bags of 3865 that I mixed up. So I've still got them somewhere. That's that one. And then we want one on top at the end of that 3. So that's that one. And that's that one done. Okay, I think I'm just going to concentrate on this top square. So we'll go back and we will now highlight that one. So what colour is that? 320, which is also in this part. I'm trying not to drop drills because obviously these are my spares. I have a number of videos to do today. I want to make a start on sorting through my spare storage as well. I'm going to bin them because I don't like those. I have no idea where my pen rest is. Probably still attached to my canvas. So 320. Beautiful greens. This is where those leaves come in. Oh, okay, we've got a mix of those two. Have I got the right one? Yes, I have. I'll give that a shake. I'm hoping that I'm still in shot. Otherwise, you will have an out of shot video. I do hope that you are all well. I'm doing okay. I'm not going to lie. I was very pleased to get yesterday at work over and done with. You know what it's like. Your last day before you go off on holiday, it just drags. Longest 6 hours ever. And as always, everything that could go wrong did. Because, of course it did. Couldn't give me an easy day, could it? So I was very glad to get home last night, but I've been very busy the last few days. And I had this whole issue of finally deciding to not continue with Little Dreamer's tree. And it is purely because it's just not going to have the detail that I want. I'm loving watching Rebecca's. I really am. But I'm struggling to see the detail in it. And I don't want to spend a long time doing a canvas that I'm not going to be able to see clearly. Because it will just disappoint me. So I didn't want to do that. So I went on the look. And the story is that I decided, because I'd found this one, that I was going to look for a Lord of the Rings canvas. So I ended up on Etsy. I managed to find 2 that I really, really liked. One, however, is absolutely massive. I mean, it's huge. And I'd sorted out the sizing for the canvas. I realised very early on that I was going to need to do 4 sections. It's that big. Absolutely loved it. And then thought, do you know what? I'm going to go and have a look just in case there's something a little bit smaller. Something a little bit more manageable. So I did that. Just making sure I'm leaving 2. Right, so there is 6 there. So let's get that one in. I need a gap of 2 and I need one of those there. So that's those done. Fabulous. So yeah, I went looking. Let me just grab my coffee. Found another Lord of the Rings one. Downloaded, bought these. One was around £5, the other one was around £3, so very cheap. Uploaded them to Pattern Keeper. And then when I was looking, on one of them, the smaller one, I actually had to input all of the DMC numbers. So I'd written them down and I was taking the time to do that. And the second one went on a lot easier, but it is massive. And I just thought it's too daunting to try that. It's too big for a first completion. on a Heaven and Earth project. So I decided to hold on to it. I will do it at some point, I hope, which is the sentiment that we all have with Heaven and Earth, because they are a challenge. But because I was tired and my brain wasn't working, I priced up the canvas for the smaller one. I decided to go to Aliexpress and get that canvas, ordered it in the right size, went back to the chart, and I was looking on Pattern Keeper, and here's the mistake that I made. In my head, I was like, right, so it says here that you've got 20, 30, 40, 50, and I'm sitting there thinking this chart is way bigger than it's actually going to be. It's not going to work. I'm going to end up with not enough canvas, and it's going to be way too big to work on. So I changed my mind. I decided that I wasn't going to do them. So I then took those off. I'd already ordered the canvas for the smaller ones, so I'm kicking myself for my impatience and not checking first. Go off to Heaven and Earth, found 2 canvases, both of which were very good value. I hasten to add, they were like £9, which I think is phenomenal for what you get. And found the 2 canvases, chose the 2 canvases because they were both minis and they're both small enough to use some of the canvas I'd ordered, because I didn't want to waste it. Did that, and then decided which one I was going to do. Thought, do you know what, I'll have leftover canvas, it's fine, it's not a problem. I always tend to, rather than getting a canvas custom made, I prefer to just go and find, they do pre-done sizes. So I just decided to go and find a size that was as close as I could get, but it is wider and longer than I actually need. And I thought, do you know what, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? I haven't wasted my money. I can literally, why is that not right? Hang on, let me get on the right thing. Right, so I've done that, and I've done that. Yeah, so ordered it, so I thought, right, I've got to get something that's the right size. So I thought it's okay, because I can keep these charts, and the 2 that I got off Etsy, I will find a way of shrinking them down or something. And that is not what happened. So yesterday I was doing the first instalment on the Heaven and Earth project. It was like, okay, let's get this sorted. Let's start getting prepped, get the pots ready, get the D-kit stuff that I need, etc. And then when I was doing the video, I realised that I was counting it wrong. I was forgetting that this one square, although it's 10 by 10, it's not 10 centimetres. Each of those little squares is 0.25. So it's 2.5 centimetres for each of these. I was so annoyed. I went back, reloaded those canvases onto Pattern Keeper, and even though they don't say they're Pattern Keeper compatible, they are on there. They are workable. I was so annoyed. However, sticking to the plan that I've got, because I want to do a smaller. I know it's still quite a big canvas, but it's a lot smaller than the others would be. So I've decided to stick with that canvas and do that one first. And you know what? It's fine. It just means that I've got a digital stash as well as a physical one. Can't go wrong with that. And what I'm loving, what I love about using your spare drills, for me anyway, for some people, they will want to colour match their diamonds, and that's absolutely fine. How am I missing one there? Because I've only put 4 in, that's why. This is what I mean, it takes a little bit more concentration. But for me, I don't colour match, do you know what I mean? As long as they're a similar shade, and I think when you're doing something like this, you know, it's a cheap, free project. There's no saying that I'm actually going to use this for anything. I'm kind of tempted to stick it on the top of one of my spare drill boxes because I think that would be kind of cute. So I might do that. So let's do those. And then we've got 3. So I need to look for the pale green. Yep, because it's right over the top of that. So that's what I'm using. I'm using this previously laid colour to figure out where my drills go. Right, so I just need 2, don't I? Okay, don't I, not don't I. My accent coming through. So that's where I am with the Heaven and Earth project. I have taken the pots out of my storage that I need for this next one. I have prepped the labels so I can label them up. I need to de-kit the rest of the labels. Right, I've gone wrong there as well. Okay, so I've sorted it out. So that's how easy it is to make a mistake. But the beauty of Pattern Keeper is you can go in. So what I did was I went to here. I used translucent colours so that I could see the symbol. And then I was able to see where I'd gone wrong. So you can leave it like that. The reason I use a blocked out colour is because I like to see the picture build as you do it, because that's what happens. You get to see the picture build. So I'm going to carry on. But this is what makes Heaven and Earth a little bit more of a challenge. Just the same way that if you are a cross stitcher and you normally do kits that are printed, when you start doing counted cross stitch, you find there's a whole different ball game. Okay, so I've got 2 there. Oh, didn't change to my pen. So I've got those 2 there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stitches in, or the diamonds in, should I say. And I'm going to highlight them so that I know where I'm going. So this will be one of the videos that you will be watching while I am away on holiday. I think I am trying to space them out. I think I've got enough to do one video every other day. We'll see how today goes, but that's what I'm hoping for. So with a bit of luck, I am at home today. I actually swapped a full 12-hour shift with my colleague Bally. Take that one off, do that one. So those ones are now done. So we're now going to go into this square. So yeah, I did swap shifts with my colleague because she had a hospital appointment last Friday. We were both meant to be working split shifts last Friday and this Friday. So I said to her, look, I'll do your 12 and then you can have the day off. I'll do your 6 as well. If you do mine this week, because I'm having the cabin delivered today, which is a bit exciting. So because I'm stuck at home, I thought it would be the perfect day to get as many videos done as I can. Tomorrow it will be a little bit harder because I'm going to change my pen because that one is not picking up. Problem is I don't like using, I think this one's got pink wax in it. So where did I get to? So I've done those 2. So I've done those 2 and they need 4. I have got 2 sets of nails to do tomorrow. Plus I do need to pack for the holiday. So I don't know how many I get done. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to do a update video while I'm away on holiday, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take soulmates because squares take a little bit longer and I'm going to have more time to do it. So I'm going to take soulmates with me, and then that way I can get that one finished while I'm away. You guys will be voting on it with a bit of luck. So this one needs to go there. So that's those 4. And then when I come back off holiday, we will have a completion video, a D-kit, and a new start, which would be fab, because I know a round will be much quicker. So I'm going to take Soulmates, and I'm going to take my Alice picture from FG Normal as well, just in case I get it all finished. Because what I don't want to do is to be away on holiday and not have a kit. In the caravan, I do actually have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only got 6 there. That's okay. I'm just checking. I do have a little kit that I got from the works, just in case I ever run out. So I do have a backup, but hopefully I will take enough that I won't need it. But I think I can get Soulmates finished. Right, so we've done those and we've done those. So that's that colour done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this section here. And then I am going to finish the rest off camera and add in the filming. So it will be a little bit more of an edited video than I normally do. But I thought it was worth, oh my God. You would think I had enough spares to afford to chuck these all over the place, and I don't. Come on. What was that? That was that one. So let's put them back in there. Still chucking it over. If you are wondering, just in case the videos don't go up in sequence, because they might not, I do have a new desk mat, which is a Lord of the Rings map. Anyone would think I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings, wouldn't they? I absolutely am. One of my favourite ever book series is Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. As apparent by the recent cross-stitch patterns I've brought. Oh, talking about cross-stitch, actually, I have said previously that I'm waiting for some canvases to come from 2 different diamond art suppliers, budget companies. And on top of that, I've also been approached by a company that does cross-stitch to see if I would mind unboxing their product on the channel. I have said yes, because I have done cross-stitch before, and even if I don't get a chance to do it, I've literally got to unbox it. Did I just put 3 there? No, I only put 2. So let's get that one in there. Just concentrating while I get this middle one on, and that one goes in there. Even if I don't get a chance to do it, I will give it to my daughter, who has done cross stitch previously. She's not long started, but since having her daughter, my lovely granddaughter, she hasn't had much time, and she was saying the other day that she needs to get back into a hobby now that Lila's getting a bit older. So I could always give it to her as a gift. You never know. I might find something that's really cute and I want to do. If I was going to do a cross stitch, I would probably do a small one, because my hands aren't great, so I can't do it for a large amount of time. Hence why I started diamond painting. So there is that. So I have got that coming. So all of these things should, oh my God, I am chucking shit everywhere. All of these things should arrive while I'm away. I am still waiting for my Elizabeth Ward knockoff from Aliexpress to arrive. You know, how long does it take? So let me search for that triangle, change it to that. So yeah, lots going on. And I kind of feel bad, because sometimes those comments really do pile up and I don't get a chance to answer them. So I am trying to answer the comments as they come in, especially in a case where someone is asking me a question about something, and then I will still read them out in the Whip and Rambles because not everybody watches all of my videos, or, you know, all of the titles. You know, some people may just pick the kitten ups, they might just pick the kitten downs, they might just pick the whip and rambles, you know. So hence why I tend to repeat myself sometimes on things, because I'm not sure who's seeing what. So yeah, I am trying to answer questions that way. So there we go. You can really see how pretty this flower is. Now, if you think that a couple of these colours are actually mixed dye lots, so they're not quite the same, how pretty is this? It would make a fabulous little embellishment on a bag, or as a picture in a small frame. I mean, it's super cute. Super cute. I love it. Okay, so we now want this colour. So I get the magnifying glass, select the colour I want and change it to the pen. And then we put this in. How cute would this have looked with some ABs in it? Now you can see I've got a couple of different colours in here. But doesn't bother me. You know, I'm just using up spare drills. It's not a biggie. I don't think I need any of these colours in my Heaven and Earth project, or I hope not. But you know, that's a big project. I've got a big revamping to do. So I'm all right with these ones, because I know that all of these will fit into these spaces, because it's the only colour I have left. So that's pretty quick, because I can just multi-place them in. Like so. And then what I'm hoping to do is, once I get my canvas for my new Heaven and Earth, I'm hoping that I can a couple of times a month do a whip on that to get that finished, because I would really like to have a completion. I don't give up on something lightly. So if I get something and I don't enjoy working on it, I will only ditch it if I know that I'm not going to either enjoy the process, because, you know, it's a bad quality kit, or how have I missed these down here? They're white. I haven't done enough white, that's why. So I've still got those to add in. So I can do all of those, because we've got those in. And we'll do that, and then I'll just need to put these in. So yeah, I don't give up lightly, and I have done it with canvases before. I have given canvases to my mum before, because I know I wasn't going to enjoy. I did what everybody does when they first start. I bought loads and loads at a time to have a stash, but then meant that when I then decided I didn't want to work on that particular canvas, I had like 6 that I then wasn't going to work on. So I'm sort of a little bit more careful now. Now I'm hoping the new companies that I've gone for, I love all the canvases, so I'm hoping that they're okay, but we shall see when they arrive. So let me just get these white ones in, and then I am done, and I will continue the rest off camera and update you when it's finished. I don't know why I've pulled all them out when I only need like 5. I do this all the time. So let me just get those in. I have been quite good this morning, actually. Like when I first started filming this morning, I wasn't awake enough, which is where the error came in. So I actually stopped for a bit, went off and packed the orders that I've got on Etsy. And then came back to it once I'd had another cup of coffee, and that worked. Look at that. How pretty is that? So as you can see, we are building that flower. I'm going to mark these off to make sure that I've done them. So please remember when you're doing this that although you've got a 10 by 10 square, so 100 drills, that the length of that is actually only 2.5 centimeters, because that's a big thing that I did on the video where I'm starting my heaven and earth. I miscalculated. So if we now come out of this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink it, or I'm going to shrink it so you can see that flower. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to do that so that we get a flat colour. Look at that. You can see how pretty that is. Isn't it gorgeous? Now please ignore these 2 grey squares. They are actually the right colour on this. This is because they doubled up on the symbols, because I have a coloured pattern, a black and white pattern, and I didn't fill all the symbols in, so that's why. It's just a downside to using a pattern that is not known to be compatible with Pattern Keeper. So that's where we are. So the next time I will come back, it will be with the finish. And yeah, you know, if you've got leftover canvas, and when I come back, I will also I will also go through other ways that you can do this even if you don't have a canvas, courtesy of the lovely Penny at Calb Sparkles, who was telling me yesterday. I think it's a fab idea. So I will be back. So you're joining me just as I'm doing the last little bit on this. How cute is this picture? I mean, it's fab. And all done with spare drills and leftover canvas. So I did promise I would tell you how to make your own diamond painting without a canvas, and this is something that Penny was telling me about from Calb Sparkles yesterday. She was watching somebody. Oh my god, yeah, that's right, I nearly put all those in the wrong place. She was watching somebody on YouTube that actually made her own diamond painting on paper. So what she did was she downloaded a cross-stitch chart. She printed the chart onto A4 pieces of paper, thick paper, thin card, that type of thing. And she then used double-sided tape to put the drills over the top. Which is a fab idea, you know, especially if you're doing little ones. So there's another option for you. So I would say go have a look first of all at DMC. Look on their site, because they do have a number of free cross-stitch charts. So you can get that for free. You can then print the charts onto A4 paper, and you can then join them together if they're bigger than A4 size, and use double-sided tape to stick your diamonds on with. I think it's a fab idea. So thank you for Penny for sharing that with me on the phone last night. So let me just make sure I want a 1, which is there, and then I want to miss 1 and I want 2, like so. Yep, okay. So I just thought I'd bring you back while I finish this off. So this will be another video that you will see while I'm off. I am aware that I've done some longer videos. Please don't feel that you have to watch them all in one go. I did the longer ones so that, you know, if you haven't got time to watch all of them, you can watch a bit at a time and it will keep you going a bit longer. So let's do that. Our next symbol is then the other eyebrow. They just look like eyebrows to me. They're just on their side. So where's the other eyebrow? That's 954. I did go in and fill in the background before I came back, because that's the boring bit. It's white. So don't forget, if you are doing one, if you're doing one of these small cross stitches, you won't be able to mark off that white background, because it would just be plain Ada. But if you get that in, you can then if you get your first square in, you can then use that square to figure out where the other colours go. Be prepared to make mistakes. It is fine to make mistakes. The more often you do this, the easier it will get. But it's a fab little project, I think. I have got plenty of leftover canvas coming, and because of my mix-up on ordering the canvas for my next Heaven and Earth project, you will see that video at some point. I'm also going to have some extra there as well. So I'm going to have plenty of spare bits and pieces that I can use to make my very own mini paintings. Because although I like the Paint Gem ones, I don't like all of them, and I don't want to be paying £30 for 6 or 8 of them, because it wouldn't cost me that to do it. You know, I'd be tempted to print on paper. The only reason I don't is because I'm rubbish at things like that. Printing, stickers, that sort of thing. Rubbish. But there are lots of ways. Oh, this is not going to come off. The other thing you could do is that transfer stuff. Do you know what I mean? If you do embroidery or anything, you know, you can get those transfers that are water soluble. Could you not transfer that onto the top of something, a box or a piece of card or something like that, and use that? Would that work if you covered it in double-sided tape? You can get really thick rolls of double-sided tape on Aliexpress, and they're like this wide, that you could use to make your own double-sided adhesive canvas. There we go, all done. So that is, although that's not stuck in very well. So the problem I'm having with my lovely new desk mat is the fact that it's quite squishy. So I think that's why the drills are popping a bit. It could just be because they're cheap drills. A lot of these are because I bought them for the Heaven and Earth project, and they were little bags of 200. I haven't done a penny yet and bought 1,000 of every colour. But I'm patient enough to wait. So that is it. So here is my other tip that I picked up. Not from Penny, it was from Diamond Painting Fanatics. And basically I'm going to use this because this is a little bit, instead of rollering this way like this, turn your canvas over and roll from the back. For some reason, apparently they click in better. Okay, and there we go. One mini diamond painting completed. So that piece of canvas probably cost me about £2. The drills are free because they're my extras. It's not the neatest, but it's done. I got the chart for free on DMC. I will list where I got the chart from in the description box. And that is my mini painting complete. So that's a really nice little project. I'm going to finish this off just by filling that in like so. And now if we zoom out, we can see we've got our finished picture. There we go. How cute is that? Really pleased. So thank you for joining me for this video. I'm going to keep that because I'll use it again. I hope you enjoyed this little mini project. Why don't you give it a go? If you don't have any canvas, print this chart onto A4 paper and do it that way. Or print a grid. You just need to remember that these need to be 2.5 centimeters. They need to be gridded into 10, but it's hang on, is it 2.5 centimeters? 0.2, yeah, 2.5 centimetres for each square, and you need it split into 10. You could do the grid and do exactly the same thing. I'm not going to go into technicalities of that. I've got all this canvas, so I wouldn't do that, but there we go. Very sweet little project. Thank you so much for joining me on this one. I hope you're having a fabulous day. If you haven't already, please do like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. The channel is growing phenomenally, and I will be doing a giveaway soon at 500 subscribers. So I'm hoping that by the time I come back off holiday, I'm up to 500, which would be amazing. So thank you for watching today. It is, as always, over and out from this Kitten Up Kitten. Bye-bye.